So, good evening, my dear students at Al Khawarizmi High School in Marrakesh, the Directorate of Marrakesh, the Regional Academy of Marrakesh Safi, all my dear students across Morocco, all the people who are interested in these classes. I'm here again, available for you today. So, as you can see, and as you have been following in my previous videos, we have started giving some online courses and some distant classes, especially to the students of the baccalaureate, of the second year baccalaureate. So in order to keep in touch with our students, we have opted for these, if you want, online courses due to the spread of COVID-19 across our country and across the world. So please do not be somehow afraid and shocked by these gloves, these plastic gloves, as you can see. These are just for taking some preventive measures, okay? Just for some protection, okay? So because I have to move from my house and I have to come to this modest place where I can actually film some, if you want, videos for you all, okay? So as you can see and as you have been following, we have actually started talking about unit 6, which is entitled Cultural Values. So yesterday and the previous videos that you will find available either on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel. So we have talked about, in the two previous videos, we have talked about, let's say, the related vocabulary, the vocabulary and the lexis, which was which is related to cultural values. And we have also talked about the reading comprehension. We tried to read the text, though it was a little bit difficult for you, I know. But please do not forget to use your textbook. Take it to English, okay? Take it to English. Please do not forget to use it and go to these pages. So as you can see today, we're going to skip to the third class or the third course if you want. So the lesson today is going to be about function or functional language. I'm sorry. So here we have functional. I'm sorry, I have to correct this word. So functions or functional language. So we're going to talk about functions today. And the first function I'm going to tackle is how to introduce a definition. So as you can see, yesterday we have talked about different items, different lexical items, different vocabulary items. We're going to pick up one of them. We're going to actually use the word stereotype. So the word stereotype, and we're going to see what does this function entail. So what do we mean by introducing a definition? So we're going to learn today how to make, if you want, an explanation of this concept. So we have stereotype. We will learn, how to introduce the definition of this concept or this term. So as you know, when we talk about stereotypes, they simply mean what? Wrong, as we have already seen, let's say in the vocabulary section, when we're matching these words with their definition. So this definition here is available. So stereotypes or stereotype are wrong images or ideas that are formed about a person or group of people. They means it refers to images, the wrong images and ideas here. They are usually based on what? On either race, color, religion, or language if you want, or eating habits, for example. So what does that mean? So we are not concerned about the definition as much as we are concerned about how to introduce this definition or this concept, okay? So what is important for us today is to know how to introduce this definition. So instead of saying, for example, we have stereotypes, so wrong images or ideas that are formed about a person or group of people. They are, the wrong images and the ideas, they are usually based on what? They are usually based on race, color, religion, or eating habits. So as you can see here, we have a little space here, an empty gap here. This is what we're going to use in order to insert all the expressions that we can use to what? To introduce a definition. So I'm going to actually make the gap a little bit wider so I can actually have enough space. So stereotypes. So we can simply say stereotypes are. Okay? So stereotypes are wrong images or ideas that are formed about a person or group of people. They are usually based on this and that and so on and so forth. Okay? So are here is used to what? To introduce a definition. So our lesson today is what are the other phrases and what are the other expressions that we can use to introduce the same definition. So we can simply say stereotypes what? Mean. This is another phrase that we can use to introduce this definition. We can say stereotypes mean wrong images or ideas that are formed about a person or a group of people. We can also use designate. So stereotypes designate. We have, for example, refer. We have stereotypes refer to wrong images or ideas that are formed about a person or group of people. So we have refer to. We have, for example, can be defined as. We also have can be described as. Okay? We can also have the word stand or the phrase stand for. Okay? So stereotypes stand for wrong images or ideas that are formed about a person or group of people. So all these expressions, guys, among many other expressions, are used to what? To introduce definitions. So we can say stereotypes stand for wrong images or ideas that are formed and so on and so forth. Stereotypes are, stereotypes mean, stereotypes designate, stereotypes refer to, stereotypes can be defined as, stereotypes can be described as. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have many other expressions. We can say, for example, stereotypes illustrate the wrong images or ideas that are formed about a person or group of people. So as you can see here, my dear followers and my dear students, all the expressions that we have here are very important to remember and very important to learn in order to introduce what? Different definitions. So as you can see here, we have some other, if you want, words that we can actually work on if we would like to actually introduce their definitions. And I'm going to show you, let's say, a couple of terms and a couple of words that we are going to work on. So we have, for example, number 1, we have stereotypes. Number 2, we have racism. Number 3, we have nostalgia. And number 4, we have xenophobia. So all these words can actually replace the position or take the place of stereotypes over there on the board here, as I can actually show you. So we can actually put all those words here. We have racism, for example. We have, for example, the third one, nostalgia. We also have xenophobia. So we can simply say that racism stands for the act, for example, of discriminating people based on what? On their race. So we say, for example, this is, I don't know, something like a black person and this is a white person. I know that these things do not exist in our modern world, and as long as we have been actually working on this unit, we have cultural values. One of the values is tolerance and coexistence, so we do not actually claim for these distinctions and, if you want, discriminations between, if you want, people. So we have nostalgia. Nostalgia, for example, can be defined as yearning to past memories. Yearning to what? Past memories. We can also say nostalgia can be described as longing for past experiences, especially good and past experiences, okay? We have, for example, the fourth one here is xenophobia. We have seen this word. What does that mean? It means the state of being contemptuous and being fearful. Okay? Being fearful and contemptuous, especially of what? Foreign people. So we can say xenophobia designate the state of being contemptuous and fearful of foreign people. So as you can see here, my dear students, we have tried to show you, and we have tried to, if you want, let's say, introduce a couple of phrases and a couple of expressions that you can use to introduce different definitions. So please accept this modest work and this modest lesson, and try to actually focus and put all your concentration on the following phrases here and following expressions. And if you want phrases that we have from 1 through 7. So we have stand for, are, or is. By the way, we have the auxiliary here can be actually a singular verb. We have made, according to what we have here, if it is, for example, a singular noun like racism, then you can use and you can opt for the auxiliary is in its singular form. So we have the third one is mean, designate, refer to, can be defined as, can be described as. So thank you so much for watching, and please stay with me in another video to talk about, let's say, the next, if you want, function. So this is the first function that we have in this unit, and we're going to talk about 2 other functions. So please stay with us and don't go anywhere.